Tech Valley is a project learning-oriented high school in Albany, New York. Its campus resembles a college, which isn't that surprising because they're on the same grounds as SUNY Polytechnic Institute, College of Nanoscale Science and Engineering. The school officially opened in 2007 and had a class of 40 students. Since then, they've expanded to 120. Tech Valley High is known for a model of teaching differently, using primarily project-based learning. And the Skaneateles School District was interested in seeing this kind of teaching in action, so a group of teachers and administrators drove to Albany to visit.
My name is Leah Pettiman. I teach biology and environmental science here. I've been teaching at Tech Valley High School for 9 years and project-based learning for 15 years. So what I've been asked to do is to go through how we introduce a project to a student using a model from our 9th grade bioengineering class. So I'm going to introduce to you the TVHS Loves Haiti project. So what I need you guys to do first for our hook activity, I'm going to hand every third person one of these test tubes of river water from the community of Comier in Haiti, which is our sister community. And what I'd like you to do is talk to the people around you for the next minute or two about how you would clean that up and make it drinkable so that people wouldn't get sick if they were consuming water from that river. So take a minute, talk to the people around you, like 333.
Filter and charcoal. That's exactly what I was going to say.
So let's hear from each group your best idea for how you would clean up that water.
What I would say is I would take tap water and then I'd run it through a reverse osmosis system. So I strip it down to 0 parts per million, and I would then try to figure out exactly what type of micro and macronutrients are in here, and I would try to mix the water to adjust it so you can get to around maybe 175, 200 parts per million. So it's safe to drink.
All right, so I'm going to throw in a little twist for you. There's no electricity and there's no tap water in the community, so you guys are going to have to go back to the drawing board with that idea. All right, what do you have?
So we said some type of filtration system and then charcoal and iodine.
Okay. What kind of filtration system are you thinking? What kind of materials might you use in your filtration system?
It would have to be very small, but I don't think we got there in terms of specifics.
Okay, but charcoal and iodine in some sort of mesh that would filter out your larger particles? Mm-hmm. All right, good. Do you guys have anything different than the other two?
There's a method of filtering water through plant systems that don't take electricity, and it's especially useful for things like gray water and things like that. And so you start with the most impure stuff, and by the time it reaches the end of the system,
so you create some sort of like aquatic living machine.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so a lot of these ideas are similar to what the students came up with. In fact, some of them ended up trying out this MIT filter that uses a piece of plant material and filters it right through like the xylem and phloem of the tree. So you get the idea that you brainstorm and come up with ideas, introduce new constraints. And so we do this type of entry event before every project. Before we even tell them the criteria and their precise challenge, the idea is to get their minds engaged with the topic, activate their prior knowledge, and pique interest.
In academic classes such as science, students participate in research about cancer patients where they then make a podcast to be submitted to the local radio station for broadcast.
We had to make a podcast for cancer and cancer genetics, and for the most part the science behind cancer. We did our own gel electrophoresis using just things around the classroom. Our podcasts, I think Ms. Penniman is going to pick the best one out and is going to send it to a radio station.
In Tech Valley's math and DDP class, they take their dimensions of a chess piece and put them into their computers to make a virtual chess piece in which you'll 3D print it for that marking period.
And this is, as you can tell when we were walking through, none of the teachers have designated classrooms, so all of their desks are in here and they're kind of like put in categories. So we have like our humanities teachers, our STEM teachers, and everything in the middle, I guess. So this is where you can always find all of your teachers. If they're not teaching, then they are in the bullpen, and it's a really nice space, collaborative space. There's always people in there.
Instead of having after-school activities run by teachers and administrators, they're run by students all in general. If they want to do a sport, they have to take a bus back to their school district.
One thing that really stuck out to me was the absence of locks on all the lockers. This really tells the story about how the students from Tech Valley High School care about each other and trust one another.
Niedermeyer was talking about with like a half-day program. So there's, I think, like 5 or 6 seniors from local school districts that come in for half a day, and they do a program there, and they obtain, I believe, 15 college credits throughout the whole year through that program, through Albany and other surrounding colleges. So there are seniors that come in for half a day and do that program.
They're not necessarily Tech Valley students. Actually, not one Tech Valley student is in that class this year. They're just from different schools around the area taking that.
Our seniors do have the option, though, if they would like to.
We were talking about iTerm a little bit with one of the people in our group, but it's a time where we can, well, freshmen and sophomores do it a little bit differently than juniors and seniors. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so like iTerm is a 2-week project that they stop classes for the whole school, or it's 2 weeks for upperclassmen and 1 week for underclassmen. And so for the 2 weeks, 1 week for juniors, you're supposed to go out into the workplace and do like a mini internship or a job shadowing, whatever you want to call it. And you have the option of doing it through an organized company that the school helps you set up, or you can do it DIY. And this year we both, Sydney and I both did DIYs, but for your freshman year, it's a much easier project. You do a poster presentation, and for your sophomore year, it's a Pechakucha talk, which is a 20-slide presentation, 20 pictures, and they're 20 seconds each. And then your junior year, you do a TED talk, and then your senior year, you do your senior project, which is a much longer project, and it goes almost for the whole year. And you do your senior presentation, which is a graduation requirement. So, do you want to talk about what you did this year?
Yeah, and obviously, like, this school is obviously super collaborative, and we all do group works all the time. So iTerm is just like a period of time where we take a break from that, and we really get to focus on what we want to do and explore our careers, because we don't really get a lot of that like in class because we're always doing group work. So you just really get like to focus on yourself for a little bit.
Do you have business classes here?
There is no like business class, but that doesn't mean we also always work with businesses, so we're always like exposed to that kind of, so we learn like the etiquette and stuff. But yeah, I wanted to just take it a step further.
You let the kids set their deadlines and goals. Did you find out that kids do better in a sense because now they're actually taking responsible for their education and actually having to follow what they've created versus you saying
definitely.
that you create the deadline for them?
Yeah, the short answer is yes. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight. I think if you just told your kids tomorrow, make your deadlines, they wouldn't know how to do that, and you probably wouldn't get any work in. But if we support them in doing that, yeah, the ownership is different. Like, you see them staying after school, trying to get extra support during lunch, hounding their teammates to meet those internal deadlines, calling me over to support them and giving a warning when someone didn't make a deadline. Like, they really do. Certainly by this time of the year with a 9th grader, they're taking a lot of ownership.
Need some microscopes. What are some of the projects you guys worked on?
We do a baby project freshman year, or we have been doing it freshman year, where we make, our year made solar fruit dryers.
We did like, we mapped out the ideal spots for trees based on the type of trees they were.
The year that they went down when we were freshmen, they were going out and planting mango trees.
Mango trees, yeah.
Mango trees.
And then, so yeah, the freshmen do projects and build things like this, and then we have a group like of delegates that go down every other year and implement the projects.
What did you get out of this whole experience?
I think the main thing was learning about collaboration and project-based learning, and getting some great ideas maybe to kind of integrate between curriculums.
This was a really great experience to come out and see this high school. I think my favorite part was the willingness and ability to think outside of the box with everything, and that's something that we see from the curriculum, from the teachers, to even the setup of the building. So I thought that was really neat.
I really like the concept of project-based learning, and I think it's something that my 5th graders would really enjoy utilizing more often.